like, yeah, my chronotype. I'm a night owl. No, I used to think I was a night owl too. I was actually just a musician who drank too much. Morning larks. The chronotype is probably 60% environmental and only about 40% genetic. So everybody can be a morning lark.
You know, I am still a 100% night owl. The nighttime is the best time. The nighttime excites me. When the sun goes down, things seem to go up another level. The ante is upped. There's a little more drama. There's a little more excitement. I don't know. To me, a little bit. That's how I've always perceived nighttime. And the same way that people like you get excited for concerts or vacations or any of that, that is the way I get excited about having a weekend with absolutely no plans and staying at home and just chilling. I don't know what that is with me. I've always been that way since I was a kid. In high school, I wasn't going out at all. If I wasn't going to football practice or my grandmother's house, or maybe I might go to the show or something like that. Other than that, I didn't do anything in high school. I did absolutely nothing outside of that. Seriously. Because it was always some work to be done at home. You know, like either at my second mama and daddy's house or my mama's house, or we was at my grandmother's house. You know, they always found something for us to do to keep us occupied. You know, but and I think that's part of the reason why I do love and enjoy staying home so much because whenever there was always something to do all the time, there was time where I just wanted to just sit down and chill, and I feel like I never got those times to where I can just be by myself and just chill and just do nothing. But you know, and then it followed me to college too. In college, I was not outgoing a lot. I mean, I'm not saying that I won't go nowhere or I won't go out, but I'm not going to be the first one to do it. I'm not. In college, I didn't go to very many parties at all. And a big part of that is because of the college I went to, Northwest Missouri State University. Great school, but not if you want to party and be social if you're black. If you're white, it's good for that. It's a PWI. So, you know, they got all the white fraternities and sororities and experiences and all of that stuff or whatever. But if you are black going to Northwest Missouri State, it is not an experience for fun, for big college fun, how black people experience college. Wasn't built like that. So, but I was always cool with being by myself and being alone. I was always good with that because that's how I always was, especially in social settings. And in school, I went to so many different schools at KCPS growing up that I was just always used to being the new guy or the guy that just doesn't, the person that just don't have a lot of friends because I'm not with people enough to get close to them, and I was just always the lone wolf. A lot of people knew me and they knew of me, but they just didn't know Brian all the way through a lot. And there's a lot of different reasons for that that maybe one day I'll get into all the way. Not right now. But most of it's because I didn't want to do what other people did. Other people wanted to go get in trouble and go be sneaky and do I wasn't with all that, dog. I didn't have a parachute growing up. It wasn't no, oh, I can take risks. Like no, it was you need to get your work done so we can try and elevate, so we can try and be better. Um, but I've always been a night owl and always liked to be at home and stay at home. But and waking up early always have been one of my biggest weaknesses. You know, when I was a kid, I remember I had a 9 o'clock bedtime until I was 15. Sophomore year of high school, and the only reason that it didn't extend until my senior year of high school is because I eventually moved back into my mother's house, and my mother is a different. It's a different household, and less structure, and whatever. But I had a 9 o'clock bedtime because I hated waking up early, and it was just so hard for me to get up and wake up at 5:30, 6 in the morning, and try and get to the bus stop by 6:15 or whatever, so we could get to school and be there by 7 o'clock. That was never a strength of mine. I was a big old lazy lion. And then becoming an adult, going to college, 8 a.m. classes. Like back then, 8 a.m. classes to me was like a death. Like, why would you do this to yourself? 8 a.m.? What? Really? 8 a.m.? That's late as hell. Now to me, that's how I think of it now. Man, I wish I could get up at 8 a.m. and do something. I mean, then you'll probably have to wake up at 7 or 7:30 or whatever. But man, what? Compared to what I do now and have been doing, please. The morning show really got that bad habit out of me. It did. I started doing the morning show in 2015. But before then, though, I had already had experience waking up early because I used to run the board for the Steve Harvey morning show at Hot 103 Jams when I first got hired at the station. And that was on until July of 2010. So from 2010 to 2015, I wasn't getting up early at all. Matter of fact, I was doing the opposite. I was asleep until I averaged waking up every day at 12:30 p.m. or 1 o'clock p.m. It was in between those times. I woke up every single day. From 2010, from 2015. Yeah. But I was already used to doing a morning show, kind of, sort of. Like, as far as the getting up part. 2015 came, September, I think it was September 15th, 2015. And from that point on, I have waken up and at about from a range of 4:15 to 5, probably about 95% of the time for the last 11 years or so. So the morning show has really, really, really gotten me up out of staying up late and waking up early and making sure that your body is accustomed to, because y'all, look, I ain't gonna lie to you, my body and mind is just now getting accustomed to getting up at 4:30 in the morning now, and it being a regular thing. It took 10, 11 years for me to finally succumb and adapt, because I realized the advantages that waking up early has provided me. You have such a big ass advantage. And me, I'm a competitor. And so whatever leg up on my competition that I can get, I'm gonna try and do it if it's within my grasp and if I feel like I'm confident enough to do it. Waking up early, you can definitely do that. And this is for anybody in any situation, in any sector of life and whatever. When you wake up early, you have that advantage over your competition, and it's really a 5%er skill. I just call that things that are abnormal or skill sets that a lot of people, your normal person, just doesn't have. So early rising creates a psychological control of the day. Let's say you got a family at home. Man, look, if your kids and your girl or wife or whoever, your husband, whoever, they wake up to you with some motivational words playing with or music playing, whatever you want to do. With food cooking, you got them some food ready, you got them some positive affirmations ready to go out the door. You're getting them a good start, not only with the psychological, but with how they feel, with their bodies being full of food and not processed food and not bull crap, full with some water and a smoothie instead of rushing out the door and like grabbing a donut or something. But you wake up before the world wakes up with fewer distractions, a deeper focus, and better mental clarity for sure. And these early morning routines, they improve every phase of your life, especially for me because I get so much done before 10, 11 o'clock that people don't do all day. Like you get such a good head start because you want to keep that momentum going. When you waking up at 4:30 in the morning, all of a sudden you already got one or two tasks done. It's like, damn, the morning ain't even started. The day ain't even started. Let me get some more shit done. It's really a momentum booster for me with my daily morning routines. So it took me though to convert from a night owl to, and I'm still in the process of converting. I'm probably just gonna be stuck in the middle because I still love staying up late at nights, but I do like getting up early in the morning. But seeing the advantages and actually feeling the advantages of waking up early, that's what converted me. And I hope I'm preaching or telling somebody some information that they had no clue about. But I want to encourage people to really test this, to test getting up extra early, just to show up to work not on time, but earlier than on time. Show up to your appointment. Start doing that type stuff, and you might see a different type of respect for yourself floating around the office or wherever you're at. Um, sometimes when you're so used to waking up at noon or 1 p.m., the days go by so fast. And the days could go by fast too when you wake up in the morning and you had your routine or whatever. But when you finally get yourself going in a state of waking up at noon, like it's already 4 or 5 o'clock now. Like people are done working. People like a lot of, and that's another thing too. A lot of business deals and a lot of workings and a lot of conversations and that stuff happens in the morning too. So it's like really you done wasted half the day away already if you're waking up at 12 or 1 o'clock in the day. If you're doing that, I will highly encourage you to get up out of that habit. If Now it's different if you have a job that requires your schedule to do that and your sleep schedule is like that. I get that. But man, if you just being a big old lazy bear, looking like an unmade bed, looking sloppy and just not doing what you're supposed to be doing, waking up at 12, 1 o'clock, man, you might want to switch that up a little bit. It'll change your whole life. It really will. But it could be a recurring feeling of laziness and unproductivity when you wake up that late in the day and you constantly do it every single day. It is an extremely bad habit to get into, for real, for real. But man, we'll see if I fully convert to waking up early. Cause man, the past year or so, like I've been waking up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. And it's kind of, I've been going to sleep earlier too. I've been going to sleep constantly, being in the bed about 9:30 or so. But man, morning routines, look, they just don't switch up and change your schedule. They change your mindset, they change your discipline. And the real benefit is now you get to live with intention, with a healthy body and a healthy mind and a healthy purpose. That's what getting up early can do for you.